Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and this is going to be another Firewood Friday video, and we got plenty to do. We're up here at Uncle Edmund's, and we just took down this other maple. We're making a site for our solar kiln, and this is our priority to get this kiln up and running before the weather turns bad in the fall. And there's just been plenty of work to do around here, and not to mention it's been in the 90s, and I think most of the country has been suffering from a lot of heat. But we're making the best of it. We start early, and I try not to fire up equipment until at least 8 o'clock in the morning, because just being respectful to the neighbors. So we got to get this cut up. We got a lot of chipping to do, and let's go take a walk over to the splitter here. And you'll see that this is where that big pile of debris was when we seen you last. And it's nice to have a small excavator on site that you can get the root balls out, and so we got that to do. Like I said, get that cut up, chipped up. Got some more tote bladders to get the bottoms cut out of, and this is just all miscellaneous firewood as we were cleaning up here. So there's still stuff way back in the woods, a couple big monster chunks which I'll work on later on, but I'll cut them into smaller rounds and then bust them into pieces from my shop, hunks and chunks. It all burns. And you can see we just been filling these up with stuff that's more or less dead, and most of the stuff that I'm taking back will not need split, and that's even better yet. So and we got a bunch of these totes ready to go. We got a decent pile of wood at the splitter ready to go, and every way we look there is work to do. So I'll wait for Eddie to show up, and we're going to get rolling here. Well, this is it, the whole tree. And I'm just putting these little rounds, perfect for firewood. Don't need to split it. It'll dry quick. chainsaw action. Well, we'll get this out of the way and get that stump moved at some point. And we got a bunch of splitting to do, so trying to beat the heat. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up for today. It's approaching 90 degrees, and a lot of this wood here is just going to be too knotty, and some of it had ants. I'm going to keep that for my own personal use. But we got a nice additional tote full of wood, and in real time that only take a little bit over 15 minutes, and it's a good system. It's working good for us. So back over here, we ended up with another tree on the ground, and here's what you see here. That there's a refueler. So the excavator's been doing its job, and this tree was really rooted in the ground, but it's better off to take the stumps out. That way you don't have to deal with them later on when you're finishing up. But that one locust behind it got to come out, that little small maple, a couple little small ones here, and this needs taken care of yet, but that won't take long with that chipper. You see how fast that thing eats wood. And like again, here's more stuff that needs cleaned up, but that'll go into just the small round pouches. So I got a bunch of stuff there, and we made a lot of use out of these bladders. And if you're not using them, you're not getting full advantage of your $25 investment on a tote. And these might be a pain to unload, but once you get down to a certain point, you can just sort of knock it on its side and get it out. And there was today's maple tree, and that's yellow highway paint. But yeah, it's the wood yard's coming along. Started out as a raw piece of land, and here's more firewood. That one log right there might actually, I don't know, it's kind of small for a saw log, but it could probably work. So let's go over and sit in the shade and call it the end of the video. My favorite. It looks good. I took everybody for a little walk around tour, and got to see the refueler flying overhead.
That's a big plane.
That is, and that's not the biggest one that flies over here. That's C-17.
Yeah.
Big military plane. But hey, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also go over and see Time with the Eddie Horvath.
Oh yeah, we'll get into some things.
And he's going to start doing cooking, and
I'm thinking about it. I'm seeing what the response would be.
Well, the last video, a lot of people said you start cooking, they'll watch.
Yeah.
So
we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some grilling at the mill. Grilling and milling?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're keeping it open.
But yeah, this is my favorite part of the day. Some nice cold water, sitting in the shade, and we got a lot done today.
We did.
And we'll keep you posted on what we're doing, and eventually we'll have a site ready to start building that solar kiln. Can't wait for that.
Not that far off.
So hey, thanks again. In the next video, we're going to be milling some white oak logs for another YouTuber.
Yeah.
And nobody will guess who this is. No. They might think it's someone else, but you'll get to meet this YouTuber on the next video. So there you go. All right, we'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks again. Bye-bye.